I've been getting some questions from people on my YouTube video comments, and there seems to be a confusion between the tech pathway and the general express entry stream of the Alberta PNP program. So in this video, what I'm trying to clarify is that there is a difference between the general express entry under Alberta PNP program, which is called Aaip, and the tech pathway, right? So I'll just take you through a slide of how Aaip has structured its program, and I think it would be better. So here, if you look, the PNP program for Alberta is called Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. Okay. Now for workers, there are three sub-streams in this particular program. There is an Alberta Opportunity Stream, there is Alberta Express Entry Stream, and then there is Alberta Rural Renewal Stream. Okay. These are three broad heads for workers, or three broad streams available for workers to get a PNP nomination. Okay. Next, now Alberta Opportunity Stream is for people under who have experience in Alberta of over 1 year. I have a couple of detailed videos on that, so I will link them out here. You can have a look. Alberta Express Entry Stream is for people who have applied under NOCs which are in demand in Alberta, and then Rural Renewal Stream is a totally different thing. Okay, now under Alberta Express Entry Stream, if you look into detail, there are two substreams. Okay, so there is something called a general Alberta Express Entry Stream, and then there is a new pilot project which is Accelerated Tech Pathway. Okay. So under this stream, there is another pathway that they have opened for called the Accelerated Tech Pathway. Both of these come under the Alberta Express Entry Stream. The only difference is in the general Alberta Express Entry Stream, it's up to Alberta Immigration to decide and to invite people. What this means that Alberta periodically checks the federal express entry pool, and then from there, depending on which job is in demand in Alberta and which people have expressed their interest in Alberta, they might send out invitations. Okay, this is Alberta driven. Alberta decides and Alberta invites. Individual candidate cannot apply themselves under the general Alberta Express Entry Stream. So this is a very, very important difference that we should understand. So if anybody is saying that I am applying under Express Entry Stream, then what they are doing is they are basically applying under the second pathway, which is called the Accelerated Tech Pathway. Now this is a very new pathway. This opened just January of this year. This pathway has a limited scope. It has a list of NOCs and a list of type of companies or Naics, right? There are two lists. If you have a job offer for the NOCs listed under Tech Pathway and with a company listed and a company with the NAICS code listed under the Tech Pathway, the candidate can apply. So here, Accelerated Tech Pathway is driven by the candidate and his profile. Here, Alberta doesn't decide on who to invite. Candidate will apply, Alberta will check all the documents, and then they will invite. And then they will send out the nomination. Okay. So this is two important differences under the Express Entry Stream. So both pathways, so you'll understand that as if Alberta Express Entry stream is one stream, these two are kind of the pathways leading to that stream. Okay, so if you are not eligible under tech pathway, there is no other stream under Express Entry stream where you can apply. You can apply under AOS, under AOS, if you have satisfied the condition of staying and working for 1 year in Alberta, and there are a few more conditions. So if you want to proactively apply for a nomination, you have two options. If you have worked for 1 year in Alberta, go for AOS, or if you have not worked for 1 year in Alberta, but your NOC and your company code is under accelerated tech pathway, you can apply. Other than that, unfortunately, you will have to wait till Alberta picks your profile from the Express Entry pool. Very quickly, let's go through the similarities and differences between Alberta Express Entry stream and the accelerated tech pathway. So the similarity is that both of these streams need a IRCC profile with 300 points, at least 300 points. You should have expressed your intention to live and work in Alberta, and NOCs should be in demand in Alberta. So under both of these schemes, in some way or other, Alberta kind of decides which NOC it wants. Either it picks it up itself, or it has decided for tech pathway that okay, these 20-30 NOCs are in high demand if in tech pathway, so if anybody wants to apply. Okay, now the differences is that under the general Express Entry stream, Alberta determines, Alberta invites. Candidates cannot apply. Please, I have heard people getting duped by many consultants where they say they can apply under the General Express Entry. No, they cannot apply under General Express Entry. General Express Entry is determined, decided and invited by Alberta. Okay, candidates cannot apply. I'll take you to the website also. You will see it very clearly there. NOC list. General Express Entry, the NOC list is, there is no specific NOC list. Under tech pathway, there is a specific NOC list. Even though under general pathway, the NOC list is kind of wide open, it is still decided by Alberta which NOC is in demand or which NOC it wants. Okay. Job offer is not mandatory under the general stream. What does this mean is that it's if you don't have a job offer in Alberta, tech pathway will not work for you. One of the conditions of tech pathway is that you should have an active job offer in Alberta with a company which is listed, with a type of company listed under the tech pathway. However, for the general stream, job offer is not mandatory. So for example, you have a IRCC profile which has more than 300 points, and you are working somewhere in Canada, you might be working outside Canada, you don't have a job offer, but your NOC somehow is in demand in Alberta. So if you have already created a profile with all your education and language assessments, it's possible Alberta can still invite you based on your NOC and based on your intentions, if you have expressed your intention to live and work in Alberta. Job offer obviously adds to the general stream, so it obviously helps you get that nomination, but is not listed as a requirement under the general stream. Okay, so that's another key difference under the general stream and the tech pathway. Just like IRCC does draws for ITAs, Alberta does draws for NOIs. I have a video on this also. So when Alberta is doing a draw, so many of us have been asking this question, Alberta has drawn for the nominations. Alberta, when they are doing the draw, they are only doing the draws for NOIs. They send out the NOIs. Say for example, they send out 300 NOIs in a month. Then those 300 people reply. Then based on their response, based on their documentations, the nominations are issued. So not all NOIs will be converted to nominations. So we have to understand that for general stream there is a draw that happens every few weeks, maybe every few months. Unfortunately, the data is not as transparent and as updated as the federal draw, but still what we know is that periodically in a month or so the Alberta draw data is updated on the Aaip website. Okay, so there is a draw under the general stream for the NOIs. There is no such draw for tech pathway, because under tech pathway it starts with the EOI or an expression of interest where the candidate applies for a NOI, then Alberta issues the NOI, and then candidate again submits the document, responds to that NOI by submitting all the documents, paying all the fees, and then Alberta issues a nomination. Okay, so a general entry is a 3-step process. Tech pathway is a 4-step process. Okay, 3-step process means under general entry stream, Alberta invites, you submit the document, and Alberta issues nomination. Tech pathway is a 4-step process where you send a EOI, Alberta sends you a NOI, you respond to that NOI by way of documentation and fees, and then Alberta issues you nomination. Okay, another small difference is the age of your profile. It is less than 3 months for tech pathway. It should be greater than 3 months for tech pathway, and it should be greater than 5 months for the general stream. Okay, so these are some of the key differences between the general Alberta express entry stream and the accelerated tech pathway. Okay, now I'll just to prove my point, I'll just take you through the Alberta website where you will see these changes. So this is the landing page for the Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. So if you come here, you will see there are different streams. In this video we are concentrating stream for workers. So if you see here, there are 3 streams for worker, as I was telling you. There is an Alberta opportunity stream, there is an Alberta express entry stream, and then there is a rural renewal stream. Okay, AOS I told you for people who are already living and working in Alberta. Express entry stream is what I was trying to explain the differences. So if you look into the express entry stream, you see here how it very clearly says it allows Alberta to nominate a limited number of qualified candidates, right? So here the main thing is Alberta allows nomination. Okay, under general express entry stream, candidates who have demonstrated strong ties to Alberta or who can help support may be asked to submit an application. This is very crucial here. It says may be asked to submit an application. International graduates may also be asked. So this is what, if Alberta wants you, Alberta can ask you to submit an application under the general express entry stream. However, under the accelerated tech pathway, candidates may be selected for expedited processing if they have a job offer from an Alberta company under the list of occupations. You can click here and find the occupation. Okay, so under the general entry stream, if you see, candidates must have an express entry profile. This is what I told you. Okay, just as a sub clause, if you are interested in the tech pathway, you must send out their information with the job offer and everything by filling out an online form. So this is the key difference, right? So tech pathway, candidate can apply, but for others, Alberta will invite. Okay, see here, the note here, it says very clearly, candidates cannot apply directly to the Alberta express entry stream. The only exception is tech pathway. Okay, so I hope this clears out the confusion. If you are working with any consultant who is trying to say to you that that you can apply under the general express entry stream, no, you cannot. You can only apply under the tech pathway. So maybe they are not telling you the nuance that if they will be applying under the tech pathway, but make sure your NOC and your company code is under the list. It should not happen that you engage a consultant, he will say I can apply, and then when ultimately the application comes through, they tell you that, oh, your NOC was not in the list, or your company's NAICS code was not on the list, and then you lose the fees that you have given. I don't want any of you to be fooled out there. So yeah, so that's it on this video. I hope this will help people clarify their doubts. If you have any questions, you know how to reach out to me, and just let me know if you have any questions. There have been few people who have been reaching out to me, and I've been helping out with my own personal experience. Obviously, I'm not a registered immigration consultant or anything. I'm just sharing my experience and trying to help a few people here. So till next time, thank you.